Well, the march is slowly wrapping up. Protesters are gathering at the final destination at Place de la République in central Paris. Now, a few times police did use pepper spray on protesters, notably on a group of anti-fascist protesters who were running towards them with anti-police slogans. But meanwhile, thousands of others are walking up slowly to this final destination peacefully to the sound of drums and slogans against the far right, such as "No fascists in my neighborhood." Now, earlier we spoke to several people who told us why they were taking part in this rally here in Paris this Sunday. Overwhelmingly, the message is that Marine Le Pen should not be given the keys to the Élysée Palace because they see her as someone who is dangerous for the rights of immigrants, women, and the LGBTQ community.
Yenna, is this protest specifically targeting Marine Le Pen, or are there also anti-Macron demonstrators in the crowd?
Well, it's overwhelmingly anti-far right slogans that we've been hearing, but we have also been seeing a lot of neither nor written on posters and placards. Basically, that means that people who are saying they don't want to vote either for Marine Le Pen nor for Emmanuel Macron in that upcoming election. And we spoke to somebody who said it was like choosing between the plague and cholera. We spoke to a union representative who said that his union's official line is not to endorse Emmanuel Macron, but just to speak up about the dangers of the far right. We also met two young students who said that they voted for the far left's Jean-Luc Mélenchon in the first round, and that they have yet to make up their minds about what they want to do next week on the 24th of April. They don't know if they want to vote for Emmanuel Macron or if they want to stay at home and abstain. So it's no secret here that Emmanuel Macron's pro-business, very liberal agenda is very unpopular with those who lean left.
Yenna, how does this kind of reaction, protest in the streets, how does it compare to past elections when the far right made it to the second round?
Well, here in France, we have something called the Front Républicain, the Republican Front, and that means when there's an election, people from right-wing and left-wing parties vote for each other if they can block the far right from winning an election. And that is exactly what happened in 2002 when Jacques Chirac of the centre-right faced off with Jean-Marie Le Pen, the father of the current candidate. The French people overwhelmingly voted for Jacques Chirac, and he won that second round quite easily back in 2017. So 5 years ago, Emmanuel Macron and Marine Le Pen faced off, and Macron actually only won 24% of the first round back then. For the second round, he won 2/3 of the vote, showing that the French do adhere to this kind of policy. In 2022, this year, though, the polls are much more tighter. They're indicating that it will be much more difficult for Emmanuel Macron. Abstention could indeed help Marine Le Pen. Now, both Emmanuel Macron and the hard left's Jean-Luc Mélenchon have refused to make strong statements about the Front Républicain, to adhere to that old tradition, if you will, here in France. Now, that means that France today has never been so close to having a far-right leader in power since World War II.